Well, Fred, the live pictures you're seeing on the background, that is now the ground zero of anti-IEBC street demonstrations here in Kisumu, of course, coming to you live from Kondele in Kisumu. And what you're seeing really is leaders from this particular county now leading demonstrators back to ground zero to try and see if they can dispatch and have a peaceful demonstration today. This crowd coming from the central Nyanza IEBC headquarters, where County Governor Professor Anyang' Nyong'o has actually addressed them over there, saying that there will be no elections come tomorrow if no reforms are actually conducted at the IEBC. Given that this is only coming one day to the election, really, given that the election is tomorrow, but also what they said earlier on is they will be awaiting for that communication from the NASA leader, that is Raila Odinga, later today in the afternoon at 2 p.m. as earlier communicated yesterday. Now, of course, what we understand from the Kisumu Central constituency returning officer, they are facing challenges of distributing materials to various polling stations within Kisumu Central constituency. And the other bit is, as at 9 in the morning, they were expecting that is officials who will be ferrying polling materials from the constituency IEBC headquarters to various polling stations by 9 in the morning. They had not stand up, and the fear really is that they are actually afraid they will be, or rather their vehicles will be attacked by those individuals who do not want elections to be carried out in this particular area, but also this coming against the backdrop of a reshuffle of security agents here in Kisumu County. Now, the outgoing county police commander, that is Titus Yamo, was actually reshuffled the other week, and now the person who will be in charge is actually Mr. John Kamau, who will be now in charge of manning and ensuring that security prevails in this particular region, as it were. Now, something else that the constituency returning officer actually has alluded to is really the issue of the presiding officers and deputy presiding officers, and they were expecting around 399 IEBC officials, but only 20 have turned up. Now, that also just cast doubts on how this particular elections, the presidential repeat elections, will be carried out in Kisumu, if at all that is IEBC officials have refused to turn up. Of course, their fears quite founded on security issues, because this particular region has been quite adamant and vocal that there will be no elections. Of course, their leaders telling their supporters that they should not turn out tomorrow, they should not disrupt any businesses come tomorrow, but that is subject to what the NASA leader, that is Raila Odinga, will say, actually the message that he will pass to them come 2 o'clock. Now, Fred, those pictures you're seeing, of course, the cars you're seeing in the middle of the crowd, those actually, they're the NASA leaders from this particular county, led by Governor Professor Anyang' Nyong'o and also Senator, there is Fred Outa, who have just left the IEBC regional headquarters to register their displeasure and just saying that they're not going to permit elections to be carried out here tomorrow, or better yet, that they're not going to partake and participate in that particular election tomorrow, telling their supporters to actually stay off from polling stations, as it were. Now, that is how the situation is actually panning out here in Kisumu County. The demonstrations here are just coming to an end, if you may, but well, that is subject to what will unfold later on. But as it stands now, of course, the leaders making sure that all their supporters are gathered at the same place and now be able to disperse them, so that there is no provocation and confrontation with the security officers, given that where they are gathering right here, Kondele Police Station, is actually on my right hand side. What you're seeing where the camera is just panned, that is now the Kondele Police Station. Of course, security personnel not coming out just in case there is provocation between supporters and security officers, and as much they've decided to keep off from the streets to let and allow that is NASA demonstrators to have their day, to register their displeasure with the management of IEBC. But at the end of the day, security officers here promising that they will actually ensure the process actually tomorrow, that is the presidential repeat elections, go on as scheduled for the tomorrow exercise. Back to you, Fred, at the Communications Center.
Thank you, Sam. Sam Ogina there, reporting live from Kondele in Kisumu County, where a very sharp contrast from what we've seen